Good morning, good morning, good morning. I am your host on this Saturday morning. My name is Dominique Dolly Hagler, and this is the Tea with Dominique. So today I have the pleasure of having Miss Audrey Bell Kearney here today with me on this lovely Saturday morning.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. So, can I say a little something?
Sure, go ahead.
So, listen, guys, I know you guys are used to seeing me all the time, but you won't see me. You're going to see me today. You won't see me next Saturday. So, I just wanted to get on here and do a proper introduction. So, um, as a part of the expansion of the Good Morning Gwinnett show, we now have our Saturday edition. I'm happy to announce that Dominique Hagler, who happens to be my daughter, it will be the host of the Saturday edition of the Good Morning Gwinnett show. So I talk about all the expansion all the time, and this is a live stream video show, and we're going to be doing this every Saturday at 8 o'clock. So because she's early, Saturday is my day off. So at the point right now we're building a legacy, we're building an empire for the family. And it only made sense for her to get involved. And so I'm excited about her being a part of the Good Morning Gwinnett show. I've been doing Good Morning Gwinnett for 5 years. And we had a conversation about her taking over the entire show. But that's a little bit much because she has my sugar baby, which sugar baby is sleeping right now. So we're gonna leave it right there. But she has the baby and she has a full-time job as an IT engineer. So the best place to start is on the morning, on Saturday morning. So I'm so happy to have you a part of the company. I'm so happy to have you with your own Saturday morning edition of the show, the Tea with Dominique. And I'm just excited about the expansion and all the things that we got going on. So as we move Good Morning Gwinnett forward, you're going to get other things. So you're going to find we're going to have more guests coming on because a day has 24 hours in it and we want to occupy plenty of those hours. So Saturday is our start off. We're going to be launching a sports show on Sunday called Sports on Sunday. And that's going to be talking about nothing but sports. And that's another episode that's coming up, but it won't be video. It's going to be only audio. So make sure to go to goodmorninggwinnett.com to subscribe to the show. Cause that way you don't miss anything we got going on. And we are in a position right now where we are in build mode. And so, as always, be sure to support the show. You can go and find the videos there. If you missed the show, you want to go back and look at something, all the videos will be posted on the video. So, Dominic, congratulations and welcome to the other side of your family, the Good Morning Gwinnett side of your family. Oh, by the way, don't forget to
Thank you.
check out the Friday morning mingle every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Next Friday it'll be 10:30 because the second Friday is 10:30. So the expansion is happening, baby. The expansion is happening. So welcome, and I know you're gonna do a good job. So
Thank
turning it
you.
over to you.
All right. So just to give you guys a little background on me, um, as you know, Audrey is my mother. Thank you, God, for her. I pray for her every day. Okay. She is amazing, 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 amazing. And that may not even be enough to explain her in a nutshell. Okay. So please understand this is a part of me. This running my mouth and I say things to her all the time. Like, I know your mouth get tired of you. I know it can't wait till you go to bed. Because she talks, but what I realized is this past week we buried my great grandmother, my dad's grandmother, and one of my good friends. We're on the phone in the car, and we had a night, okay, as far as traveling and things like that. So, we're sitting in the car and we're tired and everything. And so my friend calls and she goes, "You and your mother, y'all are like amazing. Y'all should have a podcast together. Y'all are just so funny." And at that moment, I think I realized as the time goes on, I turn into her. You ever see that commercial where you're like, "Oh, I'm turning into my dad. I'm turning into my," that's me. That's like a real thing. Like as the time goes on, it happens naturally. And I am so thankful to just be blessed with the person that she is, and to even say at the least that I have those pieces in me. So I'm excited. I have been in the film space for some time now. I'm also a writer outside of a talker. I do write as well. My mother, of course. She's also a writer. So you see the apple definitely don't fall too far from the tree for sure. So this is definitely an exciting time for me as well. Um, I'm excited. I'm excited to be here. I'm just excited. I'm excited. So yes. So again, I am a writer. I am an actress. I'm a podcaster. I'm a part-time photographer on some days. I'm learning how to work the camera and really get behind it. But that's on another day. But anyway, so without further ado, I would like to go ahead and jump into the topic of today. So
Before you jump into the topic, tell the people
yes.
what to expect on the Tea with Dominique on Saturday mornings. What is the show gonna be about?
Oh, yeah. So I would like to touch anything that's happening in the world in today. Now, of course, I want to make sure that it is a safe space. I want people to be able to come in and hear, and take good things from it. This is not a show for bashing, but it will be a lot of transparency. And so I just want you to be prepared for that. Be prepared to be open here. Um, this is not a judgmental space. So when it comes to comments and posts, I ask everybody to be respectful, which I will in turn be as well. So we're just gonna be talking about a whole lot of things that's going on in the world. So not leaving too many things out, but we'll definitely be talking for sure.
All right.
So without further ado, today's topic is Barbie. Now, whew, on my Facebook, I definitely got some backlash. I actually went to go see Barbie and I took my 4-year old, which let me just make sure I put this in as a disclaimer. In my mind, how I envision Barbie, and even after seeing the trailer that I've seen, because it is 7, let me be clear here, it's 7 trailers for Barbie. The one that I've seen did not indicate anything that I've seen in the movie, in the trailer. So I posted it on Facebook and I was like, hey, Barbie's not for kids. And oh, it was bad. Oh, well, I mean, it never, people were saying, oh, well, it wasn't advertised for kids, so did you not watch the trailer? Like, it was just so much backlash just for me saying that Barbie wasn't for kids. And in my mind, and I'm 32, so I understood Barbie as being a toy, right? Barbie's a toy. When you go to Walmart, Barbie is in the toy aisle for the kids. Where the kids reside, Barbie's there. And so in my mind, even seeing the trailer and how cute it was, and it's like, oh, Barbie's gliding down and she's doing what you would do with Barbie when you go purchase her out the store. The car, everything was the same. And so in that, I'm like, okay, well, come on, baby, we're gonna go see Barbie. And she's like, Mommy, I want to see Barbie. So we go see Barbie. And when I tell you I was not prepared for the things that Barbie was saying, and granted, my 4-year old is very, 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 she's very smart, she's very knowledgeable. So when it comes to her body parts and things like that, I am very open with those things because I need her to be able to communicate with me as she gets older. I need to know what she's saying. So certain things, yes, she does have a understanding of what they are. But I wasn't expecting this in this Barbie movie because the Barbie trailer that I seen did not, it didn't say all the things that was happening. And not to give it away too much for the people that haven't seen it, but Barbie is definitely talking about body parts. I found out that Barbie hates Ken. Ken is a drunk. It's a lot of things that's happening within this Barbie movie, and I felt like it took away from what I've known all these years in regards to who Barbie was. And so Margot Robbie, who actually plays Barbie, she came out and she basically said that Barbie she's not a child and she's in her 20s. Now, I completely understand that. However, I feel like Mattel, I don't know whether the execs sat down and actually thought this through or even watched it for that matter. But considering that Barbie is in the toy aisle where the kids go to get toys, um, when you say Barbie's not for kids, then why is she in the toy aisle at Walmart? Because now I have a question as a parent. If you're telling me that Barbie's 25 years old, my child doesn't need to see that in the toy aisle. So it's for me. They got their money for sure. The first week, Barbie received all her flowers. I just
Mhm.
feel like there was it was a lot. It was a lot. I think they used that as a marketing scheme in a sense to push Barbie again, to make her relevant again in a way. And I feel like they did play on who Barbie is to us as a as a whole, who Barbie is, who Ken is. All my life I thought Barbie and Ken wasn't in love. So
Well, well, let me say this. So I want to go back to the part where you say why is she in a doll store. So thinking about the history of Barbie, she's been an adult the entire time she's been in existence, and right now I think it's 52 years. And so when
mhm,
when the person that started her name is Ruth Handler, when she
mhm,
started the when she invented Barbie, she invented Barbie as a toy for children, and it was a cute thing. So she's been around for a long time. So parents have been okay with it. I think where the problem fell off in is that they should have not had a trailer out that was aimed at children. But see,
mhm,
again, like you said, that's a marketing ploy because all the little kids, the Barbie stock probably went up out the roof. The
mhm,
box office numbers were ridiculously high, and so that's I think that's the responsibility of the company because if they
mhm,
know that that wasn't a kid for a show for a movie for kids, they should not have never put out a trailer that would attract parents and children
mhm.
because that's what
Right.
happened to you. So business can be grimy, and you will see the more you be on this show with me and the more you get involved in our company, you will see that business can be very grimy. And you gotta sometimes you just gotta expect things that I'm looking at my eyes right now. I feel like I look just like Sugar Baby. um
Oh,
I'm
you
looking
do.
at my eyes. They look really chinky right now. So Sugar Baby has chinky eyes, y'all. I'm sure you're gonna meet her at some point because I'm sure
Oh
she won't
yeah.
be sleeping on Saturdays all the time. But when you think about the company,
Mhm,
it's all about marketing. It's all about and some companies will go to the edge of time to market it, and you can't knock them as a company.
right.
However, um, I feel like it was irresponsible to put the trailer out that attracted children. So and
Right.
people we live in a world where we're very visible as we are right now, and people are
Mhm,
quick to judge. They're quick to make snap judgments without knowing all the facts,
mhm.
and so it's just
Right.
it's a lot. And as you keep staying in this space, someone told me 20 something years ago, Audrey, you want to be an entrepreneur, you got to grow tough skin. So you will
Mhm,
see that pretty much nothing is off limit these days when it comes to marketing and business. So I'm not surprised that the company put out the trailer to attract kids because I can just imagine that Walmart was overflowing with little Barbie dresses and little Barbie
yeah.
ones. But Barbie has
Yeah.
been a grown woman her entire life. So if you look at the dolls, they were never children. They were always grown women.
Mhm.
And that
Right.
was, yeah, they've always been that.
And I don't have any problem with Barbie being grown. I mean, we have, the Cabbage Patch dolls and things like that, and I get it. They're dolls, but I think for me, as a parent, you're sliding things in these movies so that now we as parents have to answer questions. We're it's like, all of these shows and movies are taking away um us being able to tell our kids or explain to our kids what's what. These hidden agendas that's placed in these movies and things like that. I think that's where my issue stems from, because I feel like now my 4-year old is asking me, well, mommy, what does she mean about this? And what's happening? Now it leaves all this room for me to now have to answer these questions, because you with your agenda has now put it out there for my child to now have to question it, in turn. Now it's on me to answer, instead of her getting to an age where I feel comfortable in saying, hey baby, this is XYZ.
Mhm.
um and overall, I did not hate the Barbie movie. I think it should have, the way it was marketed, I think it was incorrect. I don't think it was fair. And even with me being bashed online about, oh well, you didn't watch the trailer. Well, when there's 7 of them, you don't know which one you're gonna get.
Right.
Um, but even out of those 7, and I watched all 7, they never talked about, when Barbie asked everybody else, oh, well, do you ever think about death? You know, none of the trailers showed that part. So even still, that would have never been something that I would have thought of. We're talking about body parts, we're talking about death, we're talking about sexuality in this one movie that appears to be for children. And and for me, in my defense, I'm like, well, I'm not just the only parent that took my child, my young child, to see this Barbie movie. I saw a lot of my friends. They had groups of girls. They all had on Barbie outfits, and they're all heading to the movie. And I'm like, yeah. And about 20 minutes in, the whole movie takes a turn, and now it's a complete feminist movie. And Ken is a drunk. So this is where we are now. So
Yeah.
can you really just be upset? I mean, because clearly a lot of people didn't watch the trailer for that matter.
Right.
So
They saw the wrong one.
yeah, and even in that, I don't really think it was necessarily a wrong one, considering the fact that, again, when we get into the movie, 20 minutes, Barbie and Ken is in LA, and she's like, well, I don't have this and he doesn't have that. And it's like, wow, okay, my 4-year-old goes, mommy, well, Barbie said she doesn't have a vagina. And I'm like, oh, Jesus, like, oh, okay, yeah, wow, this is definitely not it, baby. I think, we should go now. But the way it was set up, it was just really cute. We went to the movies and they had the Barbie cups, and the popcorn thing had the Barbie stuff on it. So for me as a grown woman, I was not going to go see Barbie by myself. If you said me and my girls need to go out and go see, we weren't going to see it unless it was something like maybe Sex in the City, how theirs was set up. Then yeah, I can see that being a girls' night out. But Barbie was not set up like that. So at my big age, I was not going to see Barbie if I thought it was for an adult. I wouldn't have went to go see it. And they know people were going to take their kids because it was appealing to the kids. So we're going to get your money any way we can. At my big age, again, I was not going to participate in seeing Barbie.
Right.
No.
But
So,
you got doll enthusiasts out there who love Barbie. So that was another
yeah.
good way to get, I've come from the doll world as for those of you who are watching for the very first time, Georgette and I invented the first plus size fashion doll. So I learned as an inventor that there is a Barbie world out there. Barbie has her own world. She has fan clubs around the world. She has admirers. She has people. There are people who have collected every Barbie that has ever been made, and they have it in their house. So when you think it's smart business, I'm not gonna lie. Like when I look
Mm-hmm.
at it from a business perspective, it's very smart business. I think where they dropped the ball at was actually making it look like it was something for children. But on the business side of it, yeah, I just saw too much pink, and I love pink. I was like, oh God, that's just so much pink. I wouldn't even go see that because of that reason. It was just too much. Like
Right.
the commercials that I saw, it was just a lot of pink. But on the business side, it made a lot of sense because Barbie does have a fan club. They just dropped, in my opinion, dropped the ball when it came to the children.
Yeah. So, I am going to see the Ninja Turtle movie. I want to see what they have to do. Um, I'm probably going to see it without the kid just to make sure. I'm going to watch the trailer. I'm going to do all my due diligence before I go see the Ninja Turtle movie. It just came out on Wednesday. So, I'm excited because, again, this is a part of my childhood. This is what I've grown up to know, and being that they've changed so many of the cartoons that I grew up on, it makes me feel away. But I have to understand that times are completely different now, and the things that I was watching on TV are not the things that my kid is watching on TV, if she's even watching TV at this point. I mean, she's probably doing some type of TikTok dance. That's what we are. There is no more Sesame Street. There's no more Barney. There's no more Hey Arnold. Like all of those things have been erased. Even looking at Nickelodeon as a whole, I feel like I feel like in a way, and I know we have to grow with times, but I feel like we're doing our kids a disservice when we do, when they stop making things like that for them. Because it teaches them certain, learning skills. Social skills are affected. Being that we had TV, we also had time to go outside and ride the bike and, communicate with the other people, the other kids on the block and things like that. And I feel like this generation and the generations after, they'll never have that understanding, and because they've changed so many things, like Barbie, we don't know with Ninja Turtle what they've done with that yet. So as far as now, just looking at Barbie, how they've changed that, and now it's a feminist walk. It's a, Barbie's no longer grown. Barbie's grown, and whatever. For me, even when she made that statement, I truly felt like, well, if she's grown, then put her where the adult things are. Then if we're gonna say Barbie's not a toy and she's always been grown, then that means she's not for kids. So then why can't we remove her from the shelves where the kids are? Why are we not putting them in the novelty stores? Why are we not putting them in a grown up app? Why are we not doing that?
Well, because you have people who who feels like Barbie is a role model for their kids as a grown woman. So when you think about it from that perspective, there are women out there. Barbie, because Barbie is every woman. Like they should be playing
Mm-hmm.
Shaka Khan. Barbie is every woman imaginable. She's a president. She's in a wheelchair.
Right.
She got crutches. She's an astronaut. She's a nurse. She's a doctor. Barbie is every single woman. And so when you
Right.
think about it from that perspective, most women who have young girls, they want their daughters to grow up to be what Barbie is until they see the movie. So,
Right.
Barbie came along in a time when it was a feminist movement, when women were getting their rights and getting their feet and becoming these outstanding women that they've always been, but now they can say it out loud. So when you the way I see it is that she's in the toy aisle because I want my daughter to be able to look up to her, see that she can be anything she can want to be, because when she
Mm-hmm.
grows up, she has all of these options, and she absolutely does have those options. So I can see why it's in the toy aisle. And here's the thing, y'all, this is totally unscripted.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to be on here talking about Barbie, but I just, I'm on the side of, I understand, the business side. I understand that parent, because I was a parent. Like I still am a parent. And Dominique was once my little girl. And so when you look, but I don't think I bought many Barbies. I think Yaya bought you Barbies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
But
I
she
bought Barbies.
probably
I
did.
think I bought
No, I mean,
baby dolls.
I had Barbies. I had Addie, Cabbage Patch dolls. I had like porcelains. Like I had those. I didn't really have
Yeah.
a whole variety of dolls, really.
Nah, you didn't, which is weird
No.
because you would think you would have. Um, but when you think about it from that perspective, like you can grow up, you want your daughter to grow up to be anything she want to be, and if she can go into the store and get a doll off the shelf that represents who she might want to become, it's a great thing. So that's why Barbie's in the toy aisle versus the novelty. Now, don't get it twisted. Barbie is everywhere. Like if you go to a novelty store, chances are you're gonna see a Barbie. You may see some Barbies in a novelty store that you've never seen in your life, for whatever the reasons
Mm-hmm.
may be. Because there are people out there who buy Barbie and they make her into something totally different than we've seen in the stores. Because there's the doll in the doll world, and Georgette covers that a lot on her podcast. Georgette has a podcast called In the Doll World, and all she talks about is dolls. There are people out there who would take a Barbie and remake her into what they want her to be. So in the doll world, you may find Barbie there's some other stuff that's not that you can't see on the shelf at Walmart. So, I get what you're
Mm-hmm.
saying, but to look at it from a parenting perspective, parents want their children to know, their daughters to know, you can be anything. Look at Barbie, you can be anything you want to, because Barbie is every woman.
Mm-hmm. And I get that. Okay, so I guess that then makes sense. Um, I guess maybe it was just not what she said, but how she said it, as if, well, it's pretty much, your fault because Barbie is not a child. She's never been a child. And so if you feel away, then whatever, nobody cares. It was just how she said it, and it was very dismissive, as if, as a parent, you would be you're wrong, for feeling away about the Barbie movie. Now, if you know anything about Margot Robbie, and I love her, especially as Harley. Oh, she is everything as Harley, and that's the Joker's girlfriend. And but she's like that though. That is her personality, and I believe in Barbie she was the executive producer. So you know, getting on the other side of that, I guess just knowing her lightens the blow some. But I still felt like it was very dismissive, because again, what little girl didn't want to go see Barbie? You know?
Well, the other thing to that is too, she probably got a, when she did her interview, she probably got so much backlash for the very reason that you're saying, right? She probably
Mhm.
got so much backlash because parents took their daughters to see Barbie, and then she was a grown woman doing grown woman things in the movie. So she probably got so much hate mail. Okay, imagine you on Facebook and you didn't even have anything to do with the movie. Just a comment that you
Yeah.
made. Look at the backlash that you got. She actually executive produced the movie. So you got to know her backlash was 10 million times more than what you got. So at that point, she probably was over it. Like, I'm over it. This is what it is. And so, again, from her perspective, I can see why she would be so just, what, I'm done. You should have paid attention. I can understand that because she probably got beat down. Because you're talking about this 2 weeks later because someone tried
Right.
to beat you down on Facebook. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So at that
Right.
point, she probably tore down. Like, I'm sick of them saying this.
Yeah.
And whoever the marketing company was, just dropped the ball. That's what happens. Because I heard you
Mhm.
said the movie was great. Like, you liked the movie.
Yeah, I mean,
Because you
I
said it,
under
I was tempted to go see it. Like, oh, okay,
yeah,
maybe I will go
I
see
mean,
it.
as far as the storyline goes, and being a woman, and understanding that, and I can't remember the lady that actually outside of Margot Robbie, the Hispanic lady that played it. I can't remember her name off top, but basically what she was saying is, as women, we're not allowed to do anything. We're not allowed to have a bad day. We're not allowed to not be pretty. We're not allowed to be mothers if we are. We're not. We don't get a pass for just being human. And that was the foundation of it all. And I understood that. You don't. As women, we don't. There are no days off. We're figuring it out for ourselves and everybody else, the family, the husband, the kids. We are doing that. So when it came to that part of it, I completely understood, and I enjoyed it for on the strength of that. I think, again, I would have never went to go see that if it wasn't Pretty in Pink and my kid wanted to see it. I probably would have been like, I'll just wait till it come on TV. But because the movies is exciting for her, she likes to go to the movies and get the popcorn, and she likes to recline the chair. She likes that. So for me, it's a time for us to bond. So I'm always taking advantage of any time that I have to be with her and take her out and let her explore. So for me, I'm like, okay, great, we can bond over Barbie. At least that's how I felt going in. Until
Yeah.
I realized maybe not too much. Because, about 30, 45, 30 minutes in, 35 minutes in, she's like, it's not over yet. She's over it because now the fun part has already passed. Now it's just a whole lot of talking. So again, I have to applaud them because they definitely made the money. People were definitely going to see the movie. So they definitely broke even and then some. um they were going to get you in the first 20 minutes, and then that was it, you was out, but your money was already spoken for. So at that point it didn't matter. So I'm not going to shoot Barbie down and say that it was a horrible movie. It was not. I just felt like it could have been promoted or marketed a little bit better, where for me and my friends, as grown women, wanted to go have cocktails and go see Barbie. I would have appreciated that more.
Now, let me ask you a quick question because
Mhm.
you said something interesting a while ago. You said the kids don't have anything to really watch. They don't have
Mm,
any, great content like Barney and Hey Arnold and the things that you grew up on. Now
mhm.
there's room in this space. There's space in this market to have that kind of content created. But here's the thing: the creators are not creating that. Now you're a creator. You write. You
Mhm.
produce. Why not just produce shows that are very kid friendly and different from what you see out there? Because my granddaughter is with me. She hang out with me, and when she comes to my house, the first thing she do is grab the iPad, right? And she doesn't watch kids stuff. She's watching dancing. Like, she loves to watch dancing, like that's her thing. Or she's watching these kids shows that I'm like, what are they talking about? Like, it's just one night she was watching a show and we laying in the bed and I'm like, what are they talking about? It was crazy. It was like some little kids, like, and it's like they're not great produced shows. They're just like some skits
Yeah.
that the parents
Mhm.
have put together and they get millions of views on YouTube. But she likes that stuff. So how do you even get the kid to not like that and like a Barney type show, or you know what I mean? Like, because I've tried to get her to
Yeah.
watch cartoons and you
Yeah.
could care less.
And that it is honestly with the generations, and it's a hard thing to do. They're not, see, back then we were intrigued by the colors, oh, it's so colorful, and the dinosaurs and the this. They're not. If it doesn't, for especially for her, if it doesn't look like real people, real life, this could really happen, she's not interested at all. She will, and Barbie has a cartoon right on Netflix. She will rather watch Gabby's Dollhouse before she watch Barbie any day, because Barbie doesn't look real to her. Gabby Dollhouse, Gabby has two parts of her show, where the first part is she's the real girl, and she's playing with her little toys, and then she says these words, and now she's a cartoon. She doesn't mind watching that. But if it doesn't have a real life connection and it doesn't look real, she's not going to watch it. That is not entertaining. She doesn't care. She's completely, and I just think it comes with the generation. I tried to get her to watch Gracie. She hates it. It's not, she just won't watch Gracie. I cannot get her to watch Gracie. If it doesn't have realness to it, she's just not interested.
So what I hear you
So
saying is that content needs to be produced, but it needs to have real people in it. So it needs to be educational,
mm-hmm,
entertainment content, but it has to have real
mm-hmm,
people in it.
yes.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So, even if I thought about creating content, I would need real kids, and I would have a nice script. I don't want it with kids are fighting, and I don't want that. I want it to be in a way where it makes sense, but maybe they are still doing the latest TikTok dances, where now it's attracting, the kids these days, because that's where they are. It's all about the phone, the iPads. It's all about the media. And as parents, we hate to say that it does kind of raise our kids in a sense, but because of how everything is so, split up, and time is so, we say, okay, take your phone. Like, she has her phone where she can get on kids YouTube and things like that, but at a certain time we have to turn it off. On certain days we're going outside, we're not playing on the iPad, we're not on the phone. And I have to give her that, to give her a healthy balance. And I appreciate her even going to school, because that also gives her a healthy balance of having social skills. A lot of these shows that are out, they're not teaching social skills. That they're not teaching how to, have friends, and it's a weird space to be in. A lot of them are just playing with toys at this point. They're not. That's what they're doing. They're at home with their parents, and they're, unboxing toys. And hey, if that's how you get it, that's fine. But I think the times they've changed. Even something as simple as Mr. Roberts' Neighborhood. I liked him, and I learned a lot. And we in today's world, we just don't have that. And I feel like a lot of the content now, it's all about pushing agendas. It's all about that is the thing now. Back then when Barney was out, and we not saying that agendas weren't being pushed, but you could sit down and not side eye. This is what my kid is watching, and I'm trusting this. It wasn't like that, maybe not to the extent that it is now.
Yeah.
Because now we have definitely gotten away from just really teaching them their ABCs and 1, 2, 3s. Now we're teaching them sexuality, and there is so many hidden agendas and everything that's coming out now. I sit down, and not some of these, some of the latest movies I've watched, I'm like, I mean, I know she don't understand, but me, wow, I gotta get some second eyes on it. Like, can you come see? Let me rewind it so you can see, because am I hearing things, or is this what's happening? But I think in this space now, yes, it has to be realistic. It has to make sense with their time. If not, they're not they don't care. They don't care. So no, trying to push Barney and Gracie and what's the Coco Melon, it's hard. And you do have those groups of kids that do enjoy that. But then you have those other ones that are like, yeah, it's too colorful. I don't care. He don't look real. I don't want to watch it. Can you turn
And
this channel?
they're super smart too, and I think that's the other thing too. Like, you got this new group of kids that are so
Mm-hmm.
smart, till to put them in front of Coco Melon is like, man, you got to be kidding me, because they're
Right.
so smart.
Yeah.
Think about when we went to your grandmother's funeral. You got 2 4-year-olds talking to each other about where grandma is going. Is
Yeah.
she going
And
in the
so,
sky or she going in the ground? And
right.
they're having a straight conversation.
And I just want to just give y'all a briefing of the story because even in the saddest moments, I found some type of laughter and happiness. So, one of my cousins, she has a 4-year-old as well. And so the two 4-year-olds, mine and my cousin's daughter, they're sitting next to each other. And my cousin Gia is on the other side. So we're sitting there together and we're probably about maybe 2 or 3 seats back from the casket. And so for one, I'm still trying to figure out as a parent, like, well, how, teaching, explaining death has been honestly with her, it's been easy. She understands it to a certain extent, but this time I actually got to see how she understood it and having this 4-year-old conversation. So I tell Carter when somebody passes away, I say, Carter, well, they went to the sky. And she goes, okay. Now she knows everybody that I've told her has went to the sky. And for her, okay, well, now they're all in the sky together. They're going to be friends. Okay, cool. That's it. I don't say nothing else. It's just they go into the sky and that's what we go with. Now, my cousin's daughter, on the other hand, she's, Carter's telling her, like, oh, great grandma's going to the sky. And she's like, oh, no, 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 no. She's in that box. They gonna put her in the ground. And Carter's like, no, 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 and so the conversation it was sad because I'm listening and I'm like, this is the reality of this situation. But on the flip side, I laughed, and me and my cousin Jill, we laughed because it was hilarious. And they're trying to, so in the midst of it, they're trying to understand on their own. And I appreciated them so much for being so small to even want to understand what is happening. So now they go, it's so much noise. She's sleeping. Oh, she's going to wake up. So now they sit there and they're just quiet for about maybe a good minute because I guess they're trying to see if all the noise going to wake her up because in their mind, both of them, what they can agree on is that she is sleeping. Well, then they realize, well, they're making a lot of noise and she's not waking up. And so now as the two of them kind of come together, okay, well, they making noise, she laying down. Well, okay, so then they came to agreement. Well, yeah, she gonna go to the ground, and then when she goes to the ground, she gonna go to the sky, and then she gonna be friends with everybody that's already in the sky. And they came to that agreement with each other without me or anybody else saying anything to them. And I'm like, they worked that out in their little brains. And so again, to say what you were saying, Mom, they are way smarter. So for you to sit here and put Caillou on or Coco Melon on, it's kind of like I feel like I'm being tried, because what is this? What are you doing? What is this? Um, you're insulting them in a way because their minds are already, it's going, and so it doesn't work as well for them. But the days are changing, and for me, if anybody knows me, they'll tell you I am an old soul. So a lot of this new stuff, I have still. My mother is probably past me at this point. Like I'm still kind of stuck. I'm stuck in washing the dishes by hand, just to kind of give
She is
y'all an idea.
not a
I do
mama.
not. I do not like the dishwasher. I want to cook, and I need to cook with the recipes. I am an old soul. That is who I am. I feel like I've been here before. I'm just that's just who I am. So with the times being different, I'm trying to adjust too. And having a 4-year-old that's already past in certain things, I'm just like I'm trying to play catch up. So yeah, trying to take her back into that space where I was again, having an older soul and the generations being different and the things that were available to us, just trying to make it all make sense in the end. And with that, I think I'm at the point where I have to just make peace that Barbie is who she is now. And now I know that she don't like Ken. She don't like Ken. You know, Nikki had a Ken. Everybody was like, "Oh, I want to be Barbie, and you gonna be my Ken." I just, it does something to my heart. But again, you just gotta go with it. Times are not the same, and we can pray for them, we can ask for them, but we just gotta be prepared to just roll with them at this point. So, yeah, that's the tea with Dominique.
All
Miss
right.
Audrey, do you have anything?
No, I listen, I enjoyed this. I'm supposed to be off right now. So I was, I agreed to get up and do the first episode. I don't know who she's gonna have on here next Saturday. I don't, it's her thing. It's our company, but it's her thing. And whatever she decides to do, I'm okay with it. Listen, I do have to censor her though. Like, look, don't be on here swearing because YouTube will slap our hands for the swearing. I have to tell her that because, ooh, I sometimes I'd be like, oh my God, that's on the Instagram side. So I'm like, listen now, we trying to build some on this side over here. So Instagram and TikTok, you kind of do what you want to do. On YouTube, because of the way they make their money, if you're on there swearing and putting all kinds of stuff, they would not show your videos, which means they can't be monetized. So, as we grow Good Morning Gwinnett, which I'm so super, thank you so much. I'm so,
You are
it
so
makes,
welcome.
as
I
a
am.
parent, it warms your heart when you know that you're creating a legacy and you can pass that on to your children. But what's even more exciting is that you're creating a legacy and your children are a part of it, because
Mhm.
that's something that a lot of people don't do. They don't create things and make their kids a part of it. So I'm super, because we've talked about this many times. I'm super excited to let her be the host of the Saturday morning episode of the Good Morning Gwinnett show. Shout out to Gwinnett, all my Gwinnetians out there, and everybody around the world who's going to see and listen to
In
this show.
Gwinnetian
You can also get
land.
it Mission Land and Gwinnett Land. Shout out to everybody. So I'm excited. So thank you for joining the company and helping me build this legacy for you and Sugar Baby. So I love you guys. I love you. I love Sugar Baby. And I know that this is the beginning of something amazing. It's exciting for me. I hope it's exciting for you, and I hope that you enjoy what you're about to do. And I just know it's gonna be fun. So welcome,
Yeah.
welcome, welcome.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's exciting. And listen, if anybody knows me and my mom as one or two, we are very alike, but we are very different. And in those moments when we are different, we realize why we appreciate our differences, but we also appreciate our likeness too. And she'll send me a whole breakdown and stuff, y'all, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. I can't wrap my head around it. I can't. And sometimes I feel like she lose hope in me because I'm like, I'm gonna do it, and I can't wrap my head around everything that's going on in my world. And she's like, yeah, you got to do this, and then when you do this, we're gonna put it here, and I'm shut. She shuts me completely. I can't. I am one of those people. I have to focus on one thing because if not, nothing works. It doesn't work for me. Her, on the other hand, she can work here, here, here. I cannot operate in that way, and it does something to me. So she asked me, and I said yes. And when she asked me, it was literally perfect timing because I had just bought my microphone. I had just got the computer set up, and I was like, "Yeah, I'll do it." And she said, "We're gonna do it Saturday." And I said, "Yeah, okay." And then yesterday, I called and I said, "Okay, well, this is my topic, and whatever." And we ran through it, and I was like, "Okay, I need you to understand that I am serious. I do want to do this. I enjoy this. This is not, you know." You have a dad that plays basketball and a son play basketball, and and it makes sense. I get it now because she does this, and I don't do it because she's doing it. I do it because I actually have a liking, a love for, a calling, as I say, to actually say what I have to say. And I joke with her all the time about talking so much, but I appreciate her talking so much.
Talks way
Um,
more than me, y'all. Way
I
more.
do.
I only talk
I
when I'm
do.
working. I talk when I'm working. When I'm not working, I'm not talking. She talks. She'll be on the phone for like 4 hours. And she spent the night one night, and I was like, "Is she still talking on the phone?" She talks way more than me. Way more. When I'm not working, I'm not talking. Not at all.
So we, again, I appreciate the fact that we are somewhat of the same person in different bodies. I feel like I am the yin to her yang. And on another show, I am gonna get into, like I said, I want to talk about everything, but I also want to explore the world of, your parents and what they mean in your life and what you mean in their life and how it all comes about. I am very in tune with the meditation and and rebuilding yourself and things like that. So those, I am going to drop those little tips in every now and again, and speak on those subjects as well. But we were made for each other. That's how I feel. So he said I picked her, and mine's picked me, and and that's why we're here. So again, we'll get into that on the later episode. But I say all that to say I'm excited. Um, I think next week I have the perfect person to be on the show. I hope everybody tunes in. It's gonna be exciting. And yeah, we're really gonna be talking. So I want everybody to feel free to comment, subscribe, send ideas, send topics, whatever. I want to open the floor up to everyone. Um, and so yeah, I'm excited to build this as well and grow it and just see it just flourish over time. And it's like watching your baby grow. It's here and you just watch it, time after time as it just kind of it grows. I get it. I get it now. I sent mine as a pre-K this week, and I was like, oh my God, I'm looking at your baby pictures and I'm like, you're not a baby anymore. You're in pre-K. That means kindergarten is coming. That means you're really growing, and it is a blessing. And so in turn, this is what I see. This is a baby, that we've now given birth to, that I can now watch grow and pour into, and and things like that. So I'm excited. I'm excited. So this is what you'll see on Saturdays. So I'm
At
excited.
8 o'clock.
And 8
You won't
o'clock,
see
yeah.
this on Saturday because I'm off on Saturday.
And I apologize for it being so early, but honestly, we have cheerleading at 10, and so on Saturday, so I'm up early and I'm gone. And as we speak, my little one has risen. So, with that being said, I will see y'all next Saturday, and thank you again for tuning in, and we look forward to it.